pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can you help us with roll call?
Okay, Jermaine Sullivan. Here. Jim Thompson.
Yes.
Ron Stoneman.
Here.
Okay.
All right, I'm looking, you've had a chance to review the agenda. Is there anything that needs to be added at this time from the group?
Nope.
Got a motion to approve?
So moved?
Thank you. And vote? Yes for approval?
Yep.
Yes, thank you. Approved. Let's go on to 2, new business. Looking for a motion to approve the minutes from the August 2020 meeting.
Motion.
Second?
All right, all in favor of approving?
Yes.
Yes? Pass. Okay.
Motion passed.
All right. B, on new business, sidewalk on Robinson Street. This is related to our work and our bond work at the building. I do not have too many details. I know Howard Voss, Tower Pinkster architect, have been involved in conversations about expectations on Robinson Street related to curb sidewalk in that area. I know that they've been talking about the obligation of or recommendation of what needs to be there. I think initially we were seeing what options were there. So in Jeff's absence at this time, I don't have much more of an update to that unless...
Yeah, and I just speaking with Jeff about this, I think the issue was near Sands Park that there's quite a big slope down to the tennis courts, and there's an issue with, we were trying to get a sidewalk all the way down, possibly with the, with the school construction or the demo, and then we want to have a pedestrian path going south and north of the school, but it is challenging with that slope being there.
Yeah, we were up against that grade, just access to the playground from that parking lot. In compliance is going to be challenging.
And currently, there's not a sidewalk on either side of Robinson, just south of the school.
So I imagine we'll continue to have that conversation between the district and the city. And being a Sands Park topic, we will continue to have it, perhaps this conversation in old business in the future. Any comments about Robinson Street?
So the desire is to have a sidewalk that goes along there, but
There was,
engineering wise, it's very
Yes.
difficult.
Correct, yep.
And as far as what's on the school's easement on the road there, and shouldering the entryway into the parking lot or into the district's property, that's been part of the discussion too. And does the sidewalk extend down the hill? Obviously, it's challenging because of the grade that it's on. So we'll continue the conversation. I don't know if there's a crosswalk once we hit the grade, because it's less grade on the other side of the road. I'm not sure. Jeff did talk about reviewing the budget for road work. I know Robinson had seen some work on it in the last 5 years. So I know he's looking into that. Any other questions? Shipping container update. I'm not sure what update needs a. Are you familiar with the container?
I actually, oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
So, I actually have an update. So we had, Authentic 321 was going to donate a shipping container, to the rec center, and it's been a little bit difficult to get that to the rec center. The previous owner of the building needed to get the contents out of it, and so in the meantime, Jim and Kathy Grabowski offered to purchase one of those, I don't know what you call them, those storage buildings that are on the corner of 55 and 31.
Okay,
They're a lot nicer looking.
Yeah,
So,
like a
I'm
utility
actually
shed.
gonna- Yeah, I'm actually gonna meet them out there this afternoon and pick one out that's big enough to house all the skates and extra material that looks a lot nicer than an actual shipping container. So that's the route we're
Okay.
gonna go.
That's probably a better way to go anyhow. 'cause
Yeah.
they have
Okay.
shipping containers.
Yeah.
Aesthetically pleasing.
That's the update on that one.
well, that's good news.
It sounds like need to be a concrete pad underneath, or it's gonna be placed on the existing.
I'm not sure
Here.
yet.
Okay, so we'll keep you updated on that.
Yeah, I think a minimal maybe a bed of stone that it sits on. All right, moving on to old business, tennis courts. I know part of our discussion back in August 20th, 2020, we talked about the deterioration of the courts at Sand Park and the overall ability to use and the safety of those courts are definitely of concern. And I know when we talked back in 2020, I can't recall if the minutes reflect it, but we talked about getting those taken out. And last we talked, it was my understanding that it could be a service provided by the city, but with mutual cost. And the covenant of Sand Park between the district and the city spells out how that would occur. But it would have to be a mutually agreed upon capital project, for better words. And so I was, budgets are set for us and you, and I'm just wondering what the anticipated cost of that is, so I can take some numbers back to our budget and reflect on how that will work in there. We are certainly in favor of doing this work, and we're certainly in favor of following the covenant and participating in the cost of that. And it's great that Jeff feels that that's something that can be done with the equipment of the city. And if that is the continued factor, that's great. I think that will hold the cost down. And I certainly like the collaboration effort there as the covenant designs. Any update on that?
I spoke with Jeff yesterday. I expected him to be here today, but he did mention that 3 different engineers had opinions on that it need to be removed. As far as cost, and if the city can do it, that's something I can get back to you on. And then obviously we have to figure out what to do with the space after that. So we'll get those 2 items back, and then we can maybe have another meeting to discuss the cost and the future plans.
All right. Any idea when you would like to reconvene before we go to public comment? Any other questions on court?
Oh, you think 4 months or yeah, whatever you guys think.
Well, I'm wondering, with the conversation you've had, is this something that would like to be accomplished this fall, spring? Have you had any idea?
I have not had that conversation, but I think maybe we plan for a month, and we'll have a plan after that.
Okay, sounds good. And you'll help us schedule that meeting? Thank you. Any other comments on courts? Discussion? Moving on to public comment. Is there any public comment at this time?
I have a question.
Sure.
I'm kind of disabled, so I'm not gonna stand up, okay?
You're fine.
My name is Linda Gamashchik. I live at 345 Fourth Avenue. I'm the president of the rec. And when we talked about that shipping container, it was talked about putting it in like the northwest corner behind the skate park. Is that something that you guys are gonna put that storage shed right there? Because it's all paved right there. And I think there's enough room to put it there, although I have to get my husband with the measuring. But, I would think the least amount of, if you guys have to do it, you can just bring it, put it, rather than try to, put another pad down or concrete or whatever.
It's a possibility that we could coordinate with you, and I know, I think there's a teen center rep here too, that.
Sheila's the director.
Yeah, Sheila, nice to see you. Maybe we can schedule a time to review a space with the two of you and,
Great.
yep.
Yeah, because we have the skates in the floor inside the building.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. That'll be nice to get those things
Yes,
out.
and it'll be nice that it's all contained, and the employees, Mrs. S. and Mrs. Manistee can get that out in the fall and do it at their leisure.
Yep.
Because I know the parks is busy, getting ready for winter and everything, and they just kind of bring it, and then if we can get it ourselves, then, or my husband can get it, he's not here to say no. Then they can do it at their leisure, without, okay, we think it's gonna snow tomorrow, so we're gonna do this all today, type stuff. That's our concern. We just want to have it so we can work on it at their leisure, not my leisure. I just want to can't really do anything. But that was all.
All right, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Well, it'd be good to get that on some hard
Well,
surface.
I think with the shipping containers, I think we were gonna put them on the back side because they were kinda,
Yeah.
So I think with the, I don't know what those things are called.
Utility shed.
Yeah.
Yep.
Those other sheds, we can put them somewhere, because they're nicer looking, they're like a little house kind of
Yes.
thing, so we can put them,
Anywhere is fine as long as we can lock it up.
yeah.
Yeah. Because we don't want those kids helping themselves to anything.
Yeah, and it's,
We love them to death, but we don't want them helping themselves.
Yeah, I think it'll be nicer too, because they have doors where you can walk in and out of instead of trying to
Yes.
lift that bar up, so.
Right, yep.
being neighbors, being in a spot where it can be patrolled from the car, from our public safety, will be helpful too. So it's not so hidden where it
Right.
can't be viewed easily.
Right.
Yep.
And as long as we have that pallet moving thing to move though, because the floors are on a big pallet. And the city parks always comes in and moves that around for us. But as long as we can get at that and, because I can usually find somebody to move it if we have the equipment to do it.
I think we're all in the same place. All right, any other public comment?
We're from the Parks Commission,
Yes.
city parks, and we just want to be, just kind of kept aware of that tennis court, because we like to see, that's one of our goals, is to have 8 tennis courts, so we could actually hold a regional meet in Manistee, and we agree, they definitely need to be mowed or taken out. But, so we agree, and thank you for taking them out. But I thought we'd kind of like to be involved too. I think we do need 4 more courts in Manistee, just so we can hold a regional meet. It's hard to do. The coaches say, well, a lot of schools don't want to come here and you can't hold, I guess, regionals or districts. So, yeah, just, we'd like some input on that, or, what the plan is to replace them a little bit. So thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment? All right, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second, sorry. Sorry.
Thank you. All in favor of adjournment, say yes, please.
Yes.
Yes. All right, I think we're set.
Okay.